What's going on, y'all? So listen.
Girl, what's going on? This Love and Hip Hop in land. Ooh, wrong goddamn show. That was the other review. Love and Hip Hop Miami. I would have got to y'all a little bit sooner, but I had a phone call to take. But girl, I was right in the middle of the episode. Ring, ring, ring. I said, what? And then it was somebody that I couldn't ignore the phone call too. I hate when that happens. Like, girl, just give me an hour. But anyway, Love and Hip Hop Miami, season 4, episode 21. Baby, what this episode was called? Return of the Hat. Okay, so we get up into the episode. I gotta stop saying I ain't gonna be on here long. This gonna be short or whatever because I said that about Married to Medicine. I gave y'all a goddamn 30-minute episode review, but I just took my hair down, so it's just got to get a little flat first. You know, it's still a little crinkle from the braids and all that. But anyway, this episode, Trina went over there to Trick Daddy's show, okay? Yeah, y'all can take Love and Hip Hop Miami off because at this moment there is nothing interesting about these people, okay? Girl, I don't know what's going on with Trina. Trina said a check is a check is a check. So therefore I'm gonna be on WrestleMania, whatever that was she was on earlier this week or past week or whatever. She was on hosting the Bad Girls, what is it, the Baddies South reunion. And I said, oh, you gotta, I didn't want to say that, but this is what I've been seeing. People was like, well, how low in the dumpster you gotta go, that you wanna host and put yourself on the line and be in the presence of these people? Bad Girls South, the Baddies South on fucking Zeus. You being a host on that, Trina? Now come on, Trina. Now, girl, we ain't got to take everything. We ain't got to take everything. And to be honest, Miss Girly, who do the hosting on there now, she need to go too, because you way too classy for this shit. I just want to know how much they paying the little I think she Virgin Island, okay? Miss Island girl. I just want to know how much they paying her to do this shit. Because they know we in here. I look good like this or whatever, and I'm sitting up in here with all this trash. Mama be coming in her ball gown, okay? In her ball gown with her hair fucking laid just to stand there, sit there, and watch them fuck each other up before they can ask any questions. I ain't never seen a real reunion where they ask real questions, okay? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. She goes on Trick Daddy show that she late to, and she brings up the fact that he keep on bringing up Joy. She wants him to stop, okay? That's just point blank period. Honestly, I understand that Trick Daddy brought her into this industry or whatever, but it's just the way that he disrespects my family. I would not be able to fuck with him like that. Yeah, we can go do business, whatever, but on a personal level, it's over, it's done with, because you will not treat my family the way that you're treating her. It's very misogynistic, it's very narcissistic, it's very egotistical, it's very sexist and all of that. And I will feel some type of way if I was Joy that you still kicking it with him regardless, okay? Yes, I know y'all got business because y'all tied Trick and Trina, whatever, because you came into the thing, but god damn, and I understand sometimes it's like, well, that's their business. I'm not trying to get involved in all that shit or whatever. Let them handle it. But shit, do you see that? He really has no fucking respect for her. And I feel as though, to a certain extent, he don't have that much respect for Trina, to be honest. All right. Trina want him to stop talking about her. Okay. And at the end of the day, he wants to make it seem as though, like, we already know both of them are full of shit at this point, because Joy, you can go ahead and get that. I hope you're talking to that lawyer so she can go ahead and take this shit to the judge so that they can go ahead and grant you the divorce without his permission, or I should say signature on the paper, because you can't do that in your state. But at this point, it's like, she just want him to stop talking shit about her. All right. And he want to say, well, you just hear her side. You don't want to hear my side. No one really wants to hear your side, Trick. And I'm just going to be fair. You could say that this not fair, whatever, but who will want to hear somebody's side of the story when every time you say something, instead of offering your side, instead of being respectable about it, instead of being mature about it, you're being nasty. You're being a nigga, okay? You're being a fucking asshole, you know? who wants to hear it. You use any opportunity from what we see on the show to bring up some mess about her, to imply that she was eating your ass, to imply or say that, you know, she got an abortion during the marriage, then kind of find out it was way before y'all got married, and then when y'all get married, you cheat on her, have a baby, and bring it into the marriage. But yet you upset about an abortion? I'm so glad Joy did not have kids with him. Okay, because she really would be stuck with him for the rest of her life, you know. I mean, granted, he got kids already or whatever, and she probably look at him like her own, but still she can disassociate if she want to. And I mean, it'd be kind of messed up, but who could blame her? Them ain't her kids, you know. I know it sound messed up, but I'm saying how he treating her. Listen, I wouldn't blame her, you know, but you should be glad that she still feels some type of motherly instincts or whatever to your kids, and took them in, regardless of the shit that you done did to her and all that. But baby, I'm just like, just stop talking about it. Okay? You fucked up, and that's what it is. He know he messed up. He messed up to the point that she does not want to come back to him, and he is not ready to let her go. He want to say, oh, he don't love her, he hate her and all this stuff, she going to hell with me, woo woo woo. But when we saw that scene where he finally came down there to talk to her, he is in his feelings. When she told him, you fucking up my credit, okay, you out here buying all this stuff, you got new shit and everything, because some of the stuff that they got is tied together. So, you know, and it can't untie yet. For whatever reason, it's affecting her. He want to bring up to Trina that, oh, she got $1 million gambling thing or whatever, and she wasn't paying the taxes on it. And Joy said, bitch, it was only $13,000, and they took $500 out of that. Okay? And I actually believe Joy. He pulled that shit out his ass, okay? He pulled that shit out his ass. But at the same time, I said, Joy, you allowed this shit to go on too goddamn long, because why? Because why? Bitch, do you know how fast I would have had the judge up in that bitch, okay? I would have had the lawyers up in that bitch. Oh, this lawyer is fucking around. Oh, baby, let me get another one, okay? It's too quick. Because I would not be dealing with this heartache. I would not be dealing with this headache, this heartache, all of this bullshit, restraining orders, okay? Gag orders, all of that shit would be on this motherfucker. You cannot, oh, excuse me, say my name for nothing. So it just makes me look at you like, what the fuck are you benefiting from that you're not taking these steps? And you wait till you get on this show to want to say something, okay? Because I'm telling you, before this show, I didn't even know he was married. I didn't even know he was married at one point. I had no idea. Baby, I don't be looking up these people's stories and shit. I just like the music, okay? That's just what it is. And then when I find out the shit, I be like, oh, let me take a step back for a second, okay? But when they had the little conversation, you can just tell the way that he was talking, and then, you know, she was coming at his ass like, why you putting this shit out there about me and everything, and you don't want the divorce and all this stuff, and he said, what you need to do is unblock me. I said, what? And she said, so you came here just to tell me to unblock you? Yeah, because, you know, I was trying to tell you happy anniversary. She said, for what? We're not married. He said, I don't give a fuck. That's still our anniversary. She said, you don't need to tell me shit. Because right now, the way that you acting, I don't even want to fucking hear from you ever again. And he knows that he's still in love with her. He's still in love with her, and he fucked up. And that's just what it is. And honestly, what it comes down to, I feel like Joy was the best woman that he ever had, and he realizing it. And he don't want to let it go. That's just what it is. He's still holding on to hope that all her other little relationships or situationships that she has will fail, and she will come to her senses and come back to him. You want somebody to come back to you, and you want somebody to give you another chance without you really saying it. First of all, why don't you just say it? And second of all, why don't you grow the fuck up and show that you've matured and you deserve that second chance, that umpteenth chance, okay? So, leaving that alone. Trina trying to do Trina Day. She met with some people for that. That was fine. That was cool. I like that mural. I hate when I hear about people losing their mamas and stuff. Like that season, was it last season or whatever, when she lost her mom, or was it season before that? And then they did all the stuff that they did because she was going through it on last season. She was a real bitch. But I understood it. It was the grief process, you know. That was a really beautiful mural. Her mama, her sister, and her, they all look alike. I don't know what it is about the people from the islands, baby, but y'all are some beautiful people. Y'all are some beautiful people. I am telling y'all, okay? And I get it. Bitch, I get it. Because honestly, I want to talk shit about Florence. And I feel like if I get me with one of them, one of y'all from the goddamn islands, I'll be acting a dumb fool too, okay? And don't let the shit be good. Don't let the... Girl, put it on me, okay? Sometimes... Rude. Sometimes, you just gotta go a little nutso for a person. I mean, it ain't right. It ain't right. But, it is what it is. Moving on from that. Who else was in this episode? Girl, I'm just over Shay. I'm over Shay and MJ because I just don't understand the reason why they're on here. None of them are dealing with music. None of them are dealing with music. Okay, I thought it was called Love and Hip Hop. If this was just a regular reality show, take the hip hop out of it. Because almost everybody else has, at one point in time, dealt with hip hop or music or whatever. And we have yet to see them do anything pertaining to this. They're not connected to anybody on this show, really. Okay, especially Shay, because Shay, you don't fuck with a model, right? And you wasn't fucking with her. That was your friend at one point, but you don't fuck with her, but yet she's constantly on your brain. I just don't understand that. And a model, let me get on you for a second, because you up here having this little discussion. She talking to her mama, and she found out that she heard it. She said through the grapevine. Girl, you ain't heard through no goddamn grapevine. You was on Instagram and you was looking on people's Instagram. You typed in that girl name, or her shit probably came up on your For You page because y'all connected some way, somehow. And you saw her and you saw the fact that Julian was her manager. And I know I probably would have felt the way too, like, bitch, because according to Amada, everybody got different stories, all right? She said Shay was the one that was telling me all the shit about Julian and that I shouldn't fuck with him or whatever. But yeah, then you gonna go over there and let him be your manager. Like, how the hell is that? How the hell is that? Now, if that is true, Shay, you dumb as hell, okay? Because he about to take you for whatever. And I'm sitting here like, what exactly is it that he managing? I just don't understand. What is it that he's managing? But cause I mean, what is she offering? What is she doing? I don't get it, but okay. And you got that whole situation going on. And I'm like, well, here's my thing. Here's my thing about the past. And I know some people need resolved and to be having closure or whatever. But you have to, I feel like everybody needs to get into their minds that when certain things go down, sometimes you should not really expect closure to happen, because some people just aren't in that mind frame to give you closure. And once a relationship is done, it's fucking done. And you just need to learn how to move on from it. Grieve it for a second, but don't keep on looking for a reason to be upset and it's easier said than done, because trust me, I've been there. I've wanted closure for a situation for so long. Like, I let that shit practically eat me up. And then one day I just realized, like, you know what? I'm over here thinking about this situation and this person and all this stuff. And I'm pretty sure they are not thinking about me and giving me that type of energy. And they're flourishing and all that shit. So why am I over here doing all, girl? No. So I have to let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just, it probably take a minute for you to come to that realization that you just need to let it go. Like, quit checking up on the people. Block the bitch. Block and mute all her names or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's for Shay and goddamn Amada. Okay? Because y'all both checking for each other for what? For what? Amada doing a little clothing store, for the babies. Typical. Understandable. She said, listen, I got to make some cash, okay? And she is still an artist, but at this point, that little deal that she was signed into with Mr. Julian, she said it was such a fucked up deal that, she makes some music or some shit or whatever that she put out, he gets a whole lot of her money. And so I'm just like, oh, this is crazy. So you was right he gave her a 360 manager deal. And that's what it sounded like. Julian knew he was playing some games. He knew he was playing some games with her. And so, we got that situation going on. The mama calling them all hypocrites. Everybody's a hypocrite, including your daughter. Okay? Including your daughter. Meanwhile, you know, Shay talking to her mama and was mad about the fact that her brother fucked up the baby shower because of that wench Amada. Oh, girl, get over it. Get over it. You know, and MJ, please get over it. Please get over it, because let's be honest, I don't think that relationship was real. All right, like, stop it. I don't think it was real. And I know that man was up in her house, and I don't feel like he was there for the fucking right reasons, okay? Like, come the fuck on. Sell it to somebody else who's gonna be dumb enough to believe that shit. And, you know, she want to go to counseling or whatever with her mama because she want her mom up in the delivery room, and her mom said no. You know, and I found it real disheartening and real interesting that one of the on the episode where, you know, Shay mama was basically like, I mean, you got your ass whooped, but you're okay. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have no emotional reaction to the fact that Shay told her that she was in an abusive relationship. A woman in my comments basically said, I kind of agree with what her mama said. Like, what can she do about it now? I would hate to see how your kids are if they in that type of situation. And this is why people be scared to tell people stuff, because people don't, I mean, just because they out the situation, it don't mean nothing. You still want your mother's love and want her to know that, oh my God, baby, you went through that? She didn't even give her none of that. Yes, there's nothing that she can do about it because the shit already happened, but it's just the reaction. She had no reaction. It was like, well, I ain't go through the shit, so why should I feel some type of way? I mean, you got yourself out of it eventually, but what if she couldn't? And what if she didn't? What if we found out some other shit probably went down in that relationship? You still gonna sit there and be like, well, I mean, it was long ago, so it is what it is. That shit still fucks with you, okay? That's a trauma that sometimes you can't get over. And you sitting there agreeing with this shit, like, that was really, really fucking weird. Sometimes I be sitting here like, when I see certain comments like that, I'm like, what the fuck goes on in y'all household that y'all agree with stupid shit like ignorance, okay? Emotionally detached. Like, wow, and it be women that be saying this stuff. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. So Shay wanted to take her mama to the this life coach that she got offline, because she felt like, you know, she needed a different approach than what Iyanla did. Because the mom don't want to be in a hospital room or whatever when she gives birth or whatever. But, you know, she felt like the baby daddy should be there, which he should. But at the same time, we go to this life coach and, you know, I'm just sitting here like, Miss Lady is doing her job, and Shay thought that she was being way too soft. You way too soft for us or whatever. I don't know what I was thinking coming to her. I thought she was going to do this and all this stuff. And it's the same old thing. My mama won't tell me she loved me. She won't show affection to me. Mama saying that, you know, she grew up in a household with 7 kids. Her mother always didn't tell them that she loved them or whatever, but they knew and all that stuff, and woo, woo, woo. We get it. It's not a curse. It's not a curse, but yes, it is. It's a generational curse right about now, okay? Because you got to break the cycle some way, somehow. Your mama did it to you, which means her mama did it to her, which means somebody else did it to her mama. So, you know, it is a chain curse that needs to be broken. And mama didn't understand that shit. And, Shay wasn't getting the answers, and you know the reaction, I guess, from the life coach and the sternness from I guess she wanted the life coach to come down on the mama. And I said, first of all, you with a life coach, okay? You're with a life coach. That's one. There's a difference. She's not a therapist. She's not a psychiatrist. She is a life coach, okay? If you wanted all that shit, then you may should have went to a psychiatrist or a therapist to talk to this, a family therapist or whatever. You know, and I seen something on TikTok. This girl said, now hear me out. Sometimes therapy ain't enough to talk about to get over childhood trauma. Sometimes you just need to fucking fuck up your goddamn parents. Like, slap the shit out your parents, beat their ass. And I be thinking about that sometimes. Like, yeah, I mean, I can talk about my fucking trauma or whatever, but it'll be real good for me to slap the dog shit out of you. Oh my God, when I was talking, I ain't even talking about Rashida shit. Oh, fuck. That's how fucking, because now I'm going to just insert it here. On Loving, because since we're talking about parents or whatever, on Loving Hip Hop Atlanta, this past episode that came on before this one, her daddy came into the foray because Miss Charlene wanted him to come. And I feel like she was fucked up for doing that. Don't force a conversation with me with somebody that I'm not ready to have a conversation with, and for the person who did the offense to me, who did not reach out to me. If you can't reach out to me to correct your wrong, don't go through somebody else to do it for you. No, be man or woman enough to do it yourself. That's one. And he just kept on acting like he did nothing wrong. He had no issues. He was the best father. He innocent and all this shit. Kurt that fucked around had kids on you and all this shit, and he got other kids. And I'm sitting here like, okay, he had kids before they got together, when they had got together, during them being together, all of that shit. So fucking what? Like she said, her husband been there way more than you have. You still a fucking deadbeat. But you know, that kind of conversation was kind of triggering. I ain't never had no conversation like that with my daddy. I don't even think he man enough to even have a conversation with me. So there's that. Moving on from that, Shay got pissed and left. And literally told the lady, you too soft. We don't need you or whatever. This ain't what we want. This ain't what we need or whatever. I'm sitting here like, girl, I just did not like the way that she disrespected that lady. She did not have to disrespect Miss Life Coach. I said, I hope Miss Life Coach, you still charge the card. I hope you did, because bitch, I probably would have put in, add another $50. Bitch, make that $100 for wasting my goddamn time and disrespecting me. All right. You know, she was like, well, maybe I do need to just go ahead and get Iyanla back. Cause y'all know, and you are so right. In the preview for the rest of the season, that when they had put the preview up a while ago, Iyanla was back on the show. I said, Iyanla, girl, you left your show to come on this shit. But all right. All right. So that wound up happening. And then, you know, MJ go sit down with Julian to see what was going on. And when he came in, MJ did some shit that I probably would have did. Ain't no fucking pleasantries. Let's get right down to the thing. I feel like you overworking my goddamn sister. I said, well, hello to you too, bitch. He said, ain't no pleasantries, bitch. We had an issue and that's just what it is. Let's get right down to it. You overworking my sister. She pregnant as hell. And he was like, MJ, I feel like he is making an issue where there is none issue, because if Shay had a problem with what was going on, Shay definitely would have voiced her opinion about it. Shay definitely would have did something about it. But I do feel like Julian is not wrong in this point, in this aspect. Even though he come off very sneaky and snaky-like, I do not feel like he's overworking that girl and not putting more on her plate than she is asking for. Okay? And so it was very wrong for him to step up and to say that shit and to do it at her party like that and to take the focus off of her and put it on him. It's very attention whorish, okay? And it's similar to the shit that he was on when he was with Amada. He wanted that attention on him. So he was making drama. And he was like, so, I mean, it gotta be some old shit. What, you talking about this Amada shit? That's where it's coming from? I ain't never touched that bitch. I ain't never said nothing to that bitch in no type of way. So, you know, if you need to do something, you need to go talk to her and get some closure about that shit, because this ain't where it's at. And he was like, maybe I do need to go get some closure or whatever, because I'm realizing I'm only pissed off at Julian because of the shit that happened with Amada. Let it the fuck go, bro. She done moved on. She got babies, okay? She out here making a fucked up family. And I ain't talking about the kids. I'm talking about the baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? She making a, you know, a dysfunctional ass family. Why don't you go out there and make you one too? Your sister making her one. You the only one that ain't moved on for real. Like, sir. It was a storyline. You got too deep into the storyline, okay? Get up out of it, girl. Get up out of it, sir. I mean, and then he gonna pop up on her at her pop-up shop. First of all, the bitch came late. Now, bitch, as soon as I seen the sign, it's closed. It's closed, okay? And that's just what it is. It's closed. I'm not finna come outside to talk to you because there is absolutely nothing that we need to talk about. We broke up. You're using our situation for clout, okay? I don't give a fuck who was in the wrong, but it's you that's still talking about the shit. You want sympathy. You want empathy from anybody that would listen. And bitch, we just don't care. Everybody get fucking, I ain't gonna say everybody. A lot of people get used. You used her, she used you. It's a lot of people out here who, who partner fuck around with their so-called friend, and from what it looked like, y'all really weren't friends like that. But hey, it is what it is. He was like, when the mother came outside, and she was like, "What the hell you want?" He said, "First of all, don't talk to me like that. You better be careful who you talk to." She said, "What?" I said, "Excuse me, MJ. Baby, we ain't in that space for you to talk to me like that. I talk to you however the fuck I want to because you pulled up on my shit, bitch. Okay, so there's that. Get that straight, nigga." Did y'all see that video of that Hispanic man coming up to that black man house trying to sell some solar panels or whatever for the neighborhood? And he was like, "Hey, what's up? My name is Fernando, and you know, I'm with so-and-so down the block or whatever. And you know, this whole we got the solar panels and we going to neighbors to the niggers, neighbors." I said, "What?" It's not funny, but it is, but it's fucked up, okay? The only reason why I said it was funny, because it's the way, it was shocking. It was the way that Freudian slip came about his mouth so smooth. I said, with a hard ER. I said, "Sir, you've been saying that word for a while. That's why it, yeah. And oh boy did not get pissed. He just closed the door. He said, "All right, have a nice day." He closed the door and went back in the house. I said, "Oh my goodness." And it's on tape. So I feel like he understood that, baby, if this gets out, I'm about to get fired. And I hope he does. But anyway, this whole situation with Florence, and I almost forgot about it, but that's the fact. That's the only good part about this whole show, because this storyline is so goddamn ridiculous. So goddamn ridiculous, but it's the only saving grace about this show. Okay? Because we know it's ridiculous. We know it's dumb. We know it's stupid. But baby, it is hilarity to me, okay? Because oh, that's the police. I thought that was the ambulance. Bitch, that's the police. Anyway, oh no, that is the ambulance. My bad. Anyway, y'all like, girl, that's what happens when you a few blocks away from the hospital. But who was that? Florence, and this whole situation is actually pretty funny. Mary gonna go get on your nerves as you continue, but it's not bad. Huh? What? Anyway, that ain't got shit to do with me. This whole situation with Florence gotta go though, because it's getting very soap opera-y. It's getting very Tyler Perry-ish. It's getting a whole bunch of bullshit right about now. Because each episode, it's a new secret, it's a new rumor, it's a new this that's popping out about Marlon. And I'm like, so what else can we do each season and each episode next season, or whatever it is that comes out? Okay, because what else is there? Do he have a secret lover? Like, come on, like, do he have a whole family over there in Haiti? Like, what is going on? What is next? Okay, because, you know, Florence gonna meet up with Dawn. Dawn finna open up her new vegan spot out there. And she basically said, you know, they was all to the good for a second, but she was like, that shit that happened between you and your husband, your sister out here talking about when she fucked your husband, and you okay with that? Like, listen, if you really want to work with me, I can't work with you with all this bullshit that's going on. Florence got upset. Okay, Florence got upset because she told her, you know, your husband is a fucking distraction. Don't nobody want to work with that, knowing that he's in the picture and all this stuff is going on. And she was like, basically, I called you here to talk about my career and not my husband. And what Florence needs to understand is, yes, you know, some people would like to be able to, you know, separate shit. But when you put this shit on public display and you put it on a TV show, oh, it can have consequences on you trying to get to where you need to go, because they see the messiness. Your husband is a fucking liability to you, boo-boo, and it's already happening. You're focusing more on that shit than your career, and he's stunting your fucking career to a certain extent because of his drama. And I feel like he's doing that shit on purpose. And you get upset because Don said you need to divorce him. Now, see, Don, you kind of overstepped, because first of all, you don't really know him, know them like that, and who is you to come in and tell somebody to divorce somebody? Granted, we know that they need to be divorced, but, you know, of course, like Florence said, a lot of us Haitians, we don't believe in divorcing our husbands and divorce and all that stuff. Girl, please. I get it. Sometimes we just need to break out of certain type of traditions and certain type of cultures because ain't no way in hell in 2022 we gonna stick around and be beat down metaphorically by the bullshit that comes out of our spouses drama. Okay, they be disrespect and all that shit to us. Hell no. Okay, it's too many instances, and you know that he's a cheater because he's done it before he came onto the show. He's been doing it since he's been on the show, allegedly. And your sister is involved. I just don't understand, why won't you cut both of them off? Because you can't cut off one without the other. Because that's making it seem as though you okay with what one is doing, even though both of them are doing it. You know, both of them are the problem. Cut Gael off and cut your husband off. So that's that. And Lawrence got real pissed because Truth hurt. So then they had this little get together for Flag Day. I wanna go. Okay, listen, I'm trying to submerge myself into the cultures and, you know, just to show appreciation, just to look, just to observe, just to pick up on some things or whatever. Probably get turned a little bit out or whatever. I don't know, like, give me something, you know what I'm saying? I want it because it just be so fun. It just be so beautiful and everything, you know. And, everything was going cool. They was premiering Marlon video or whatever. I said, oh, so now he's an artist too. Like, he's a solo artist. Because when he first came on the show last season, it was just you. Then this season, it became you and him, and now it's him as a solo artist. Oh, okay, you know, y'all really do want to be the Haitian Beyonce and Jay-Z. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you got that going on. They looking at the video. Gael bring her ass up in there. Gael bring her ass up in there because Gael is pissed. Because her mama told her earlier, you know they getting a vow renewal. She was like, a what? I said, Gael, it ain't your business, whatever your sister do. You want to break these motherfuckers up so bad, you should already know what your sister gonna do. Your sister is not gonna believe you, and your sister ain't gonna leave that man for nothing. Florence can come in and see Marlon humping, and Gael's humping on Gael or whoever it is. His dick can be all the way down somebody's throat, and she gonna say, you know what, Marlon, you fucked up, but I ain't gonna leave your ass. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting divorced. You're still my husband and I still love you. That's her, okay? And that's what we need to just understand, and we just need to get that through our minds, that that lady is not leaving that man, and if she do, it'll be a cold day in hell, okay? It'll be a cold day in hell if she do. I will be so shocked, like, what? You mean to tell me you actually filed for divorce? But then again, they'll probably play it off just like Ray J and fucking Princess. They've been filing for divorce how many times, bitch? And how long? You'll be a Joy and Trick Daddy situation. Then, you know, the guy here pop up and she was like, so you still with Marlon? You still with Marlon? You gonna get vow renewal with Marlon? Did he tell you about his daughter? Did he tell you about his 12-year-old daughter? Now, bitch, when she said 12, I said, excuse me? Baby, I thought this was a baby. I thought this was a baby. 1 to 3 years old, girl. I thought this was a baby/toddler. You said 12 years old? She already done told us that her and Marlon been together for the past 15 years. So you mean to tell me 2 years into that relationship, you done fucked around and had a baby on her? 2 to 3 years. Oh, wow. That's early on. I said, nigga, you ain't shit. Now, mind you, Florence said, Gael, get the fuck away from me. I'm not trying to hear from you or whatever. Marlon trying to see what's going on. And Florence said, you know, like, this is not the first time I done heard this rumor. I said, if it's always rumors on your man, something ain't right. Something ain't right, man. People ain't just making this shit up for no reason. I mean, it is some hateful people out there, but, I mean, it's Marlon. He ain't even, okay. He's not the finest Haitian out there. I'm just gonna say, I seen, oh my God, I seen this guy. Let me stop. I almost went into a bird mode because he was just so muscular and so brown skin, and it was glistening. He was in water too, and he had locks. Oh, bitch. With tattoos. Girl. I said, oh, okay. All right. I said, now, if he was something like that, I can see acting a donkey over because, understandable. But it's Marlon. He's not even fine. Florence, you're cute. way cuter than him. You deserve better. I know looks ain't got nothing to do with it, but shit, I'm just saying. Some of y'all was thinking it too. And so, girl, they go outside talking, and she was like, so what you talking about? You got a daughter? No, she said you got a kid. You got a kid, so you got a baby, you got a kid. I don't have nothing. I don't know what nobody talking about. Okay, I don't know what she's talking about. I don't even understand why you're listening to her and all this stuff and woo woo woo. He kept on saying that. Until all of a sudden he said, oh, I don't know if I got a daughter. I don't have no daughter. I said, first of all, now correct me if I'm wrong. Did she even say that he had a daughter, or did she just say, oh, you got a kid? Now, you putting words up in her mouth. Oh, you definitely got a fucking daughter now. Because you didn't put out that daughter. I would have been like, if I was wrong, I didn't even tell you that it was a daughter. So you got a daughter? Okay. And then this motherfucker said, I mean, well, I don't know if I got a daughter. I said, bitch. She said, I'm done, Marlon. I don't want to talk to him. He was like, you going to do this on my day? On my day? This is about me, and you going to do this? And she was like, I don't give a fuck. I said, Florence, you being big in bed right about now, but you going to still be back in that man bed come tomorrow. But anyway, that was Love and Hip Hop Miami. And y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.